Welcome, Jason and John. Please introduce yourself and tell me about what you presented today.
Well, hi, I'm John White. We presented a few things. We presented a whole full day tutorial on what Microsoft Fabric means for Power BI people. We talked about a little bit about common mistakes people are making when using Power BI, and we're also talking about Power BI as it relates to SharePoint and Teams.
And I'm Jason Himmelstein, and I did that too.
Amazing. What's changed in this area of technology over the past year?
Well, Microsoft Fabric at Ignite came out generally available with Fabric databases. So we're adding more things into Microsoft Fabric, which is very exciting. For collaboration people, though, we actually get a shortcut to both SharePoint and Teams to be able to get at data, which is very exciting as well. So lots of new stuff coming for collaboration folks, in addition to just natural data folks.
Yeah, and if you circle back on the database in Fabric, I don't know if everybody understands what that's all about, but until now, Fabric's been focused on analytics, which is essentially taking data that exists in place and analyzing it, right? Bringing the database itself, SQL database in, brings transactional capability. It means you're operational. You can work right within Fabric. So you can take advantage of all the things Fabric brings, a common billing model, common resource infrastructure, and it ties in with absolutely everything. So it's actually groundbreaking, if you ask me.
That's great. What's one common mistake you see teams making in this space, and how can they fix it?
Taking too long to get started. Honestly, the biggest issue that we had for years was we got analysis paralysis when it came to doing things with data. We sat there and said, okay, we have to make all the data perfect before we can do anything. And nowadays, what we're looking at is let's get rid of the traditional ETL process and let's revamp that. Let's get started, and then we can get rid of things as we need to. We can cleanse data as we go. We can stop doing things an old way and say, okay, we're not going to build over here anymore. We're just going to build over here. So, but we can get at that data too. So as we do that, because of what we can do with Microsoft Fabric, we're actually able to go off and grab the data, be able to pull it all together. So instead of worrying about where the data lives, we can worry about where the data is able to be enabled.
Reinventing the wheel, I'd say, in a lot of cases, a lack of communication. That's not just databases, right? This happens in the collaboration space everywhere. But with data, I mean, and a common pattern here would be when you're working with a report, you're building a model, you're bringing in your data, and you want to start to analyze it by date, right? So, and you'll go out and you'll look at your dates, and you bring in a date. You might have a custom calendar. You're going to invent that calendar. You're doing it for a report. Well, someone down the hall is doing the same thing. Someone else down the hall is doing the same thing. Come up with a common time intelligence table. In this particular case, this goes across the board. Just essentially reuse your data or make data commonly available across the organization. Don't copy it in multiple places. Leads to inefficiency, leads to inaccuracy, all kinds of bad things. So don't do that.
Yeah, and I'm just going to add one more thing. We've always talked when it comes to data about garbage in, garbage out, right? But nobody ever thought to take the trash out, right? So we never thought about how do you cleanse that? How do you pull stuff in and go, wow, okay, that's a whole pile of stuff I don't need. Let's get rid of that let's cleanse things out. So with data transformation today, especially being in the cloud the way that we are, we're able to take and say, okay, here's a big pile of stuff we don't need. It doesn't matter where it is. We just get to eliminate that from the model as we go. So.
And how many archive folders have you seen?
All of them, all of the archive folders. Number one name folder, I think, at this point ever in Fabric. So.
Do you have recommendations for where teams should start with their data governance process?
Yeah. The traditional answer is start somewhere. It doesn't matter where. It starts small, first of all. And this goes with everything. It's like that analysis paralysis comment that I made before. When we look at it, people want to build out a governance plan that has to be 800 pages long and everybody has to adhere to it and agree to it before we ever get started. Start with one page. Start with 5 bullet points. Let's stop doing this. Let's start doing this. Okay, what comes next? Let's be additive with it. Let's review that thing. Let's not make an archive of our governance plan. Let's make it a living, breathing document. Let's make it a living, breathing policy of how do we do things, and let's get started right away. don't just sit there and go, well, we're going to take 2 years to analyze our old stuff, because by then your new stuff is old stuff again. So we have to revamp again. So the faster you get started, the better off you are. Start eliminating things as quick as you can, and just keep going.
Yeah, it's a great focus on making sure it's tangible governance to your end users, keeping them at the center of maintaining that with you. Great point.
Jason touched on it. Everyone has to agree. Everyone has to buy in, because if it's just you doing it, it's not going to fly, right? So get everyone's involvement right early on. Get the requirements. Get what they need. Don't shut them out, right? That's pretty typical. I'm not going to play with this. I don't have access. Bring them in. Get the users involved. Have meetings on this. I mean, I hate meetings, but have meetings on it. Find out what everyone needs when you're forming your plan. Don't just come down with this thing on high, because people are going to ignore it if you do that.
Yeah.
So it's the technology isn't what fails you here. It's the human side of things.
Yeah.
My favorite way of doing it is more of a, instead of pushing people into it, let people pull you into it. So when you look at it, let's start doing something on the new stuff. And then let's show everybody what we're doing, because everybody wants the new shiny thing. They all want to get in on the new thing, and they don't want to be wasting their time on the old. It's like, how come Bob has this cool thing and I don't have the cool thing? I want the cool thing. And when you look at it, you go, oh, you'd like it? Okay, well, here's the rules for doing it. Here you go. I'm happy to give it to you. All of a sudden, people are pulling you instead of you having to push them. It's the old migration mentality. We're going to migrate you to things. Oh, no, you're not. You're not migrating me to anything. But instead saying, hey, would you like this? Look at how shiny that is. Look at how neat and pretty and fancy and new and modern this new thing is. All of a sudden, people want to get involved in that instead of, well, we're moving you over here, and here's what it looks like, and this is what's going to change. Change is scary to people. But if you show them something shiny and new, they get excited and they want to go there instead.
That's a great point to ignite and empower your champions.
That's key. I mean, the shiny and new thing. When you're going through your governance, focus on permissibility. Open up as much as you can. Make people see what they can have. Don't jealously guard it. I mean, how many IT departments have done that over the years? No, you can't have access to the data unless I allow it, and you have to justify it. People don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they can't, what's available. Show them what they can do with their data. All of that stuff. That comes as part of it as well. So don't just focus on the you can't, but focus on how you can safely.
Yeah, great point. If you build the walls too high, they'll go elsewhere. You want to keep your data in your environment for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. Self-service BI is a classic example of that.
Exactly.
Excel hell.
What advice would you give to someone trying to implement what you've taught?
Implement it. Start it. I mean, you learn to do by doing. I grew up on a farm. And that's a motto of an agricultural club I was a part of. But learn to do by doing. Don't necessarily think you have to be an expert to get started. Take some of the tools that are accessible to you, play with them. You're not going to hurt much. Most of this stuff is read only, right? On the analytical front, so you're not going to break things. Well, you might break what you're doing, but you're not going to hurt anything across the board. And as you're building, I feel terrible for saying this, but there's some really good AI tools out there that'll help you. I don't necessarily want to bring up AI all the time, but it's one area that really, really shines. If you don't know how to do something, go ask one of these chat agents, how do I do this? Or how would I analyze this piece of data in this way? And it's going to come up not just with necessarily a recommendation, but it may come up with actual code for you to try out. And people go on about can we count on AI code? Can we count on it? It's a great learning tool. It's a fantastic learning tool. It'll show you how you can go about doing things. So you can decide whether or not that's the right approach for you, but use it. Use it, and you don't have to get the expensive ones. You can use the freely available stuff to get a lot of this stuff done. So don't be afraid of it.
I love the recommendation. You don't have to start with premium to be impactful.
Yep. Not at all.
For someone who missed your sessions, what action should they take tomorrow?
Well,
sign up for one of our next ones.
Yeah, so that would be a great way to go. Action. So to John's point, because he cracked the seal on the AI conversation, right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's your fault. One of the things that we talked about in our session today was how to leverage some of the AI functionality to get started. It really is in the Power BI world that we live in. If you don't know how to build the report, ask the question. You have the tool, if you have a license for it, inside of Power BI now to say, build me a report, show me some options, tell me what's inside of my data model, and show me what that can look like. And just click the button and see what it does. It probably is going to give you about a 60% solution right out of the gates. And from there, you have ideas. And ideas help you get to the next step. They help you look at it and go, oh, I wouldn't have thought to do it that way. Let me go ahead and try this and that and this and that. And you don't have to use the AI stuff anymore at that point. But getting started, it takes you, I've said this, I think now 3 times, gets you out of that analysis paralysis mode of, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get started with something. What do I do? Well, the easy way is to just click the button and say, tell me what I can look at. You can have it describe to you what's in the data model, what's the data behind this thing, and what can I do with it? What can I see? And from there, you actually can leverage it and go, oh, well, if I twist it this way and turn it that way, the Rubik's Cube eventually gets solved. It may take you a while, but it will eventually get solved.
Yeah.
Yeah, Power BI is free, right? You can get started. You can start teaching yourself, or you can get enabled without having to spend a dime. And you can use the service without having to spend a dime. If you don't need to share with anyone else, if you're not working with another team, you can take advantage of an awful lot of the features that are available in Power BI. So you can get very familiar with the product. Don't be afraid of it. Just download Power BI Desktop. It's free. Build a report. Connect to some data. You've got some data in a spreadsheet lying around. Connect to that. Bring that in. Start modeling it. Start transforming it. Publish it to the service. Only when you want to share it with someone else do you need to start talking about licenses. But you can take advantage of everything it can do. So become familiar with it.
Yeah. I love that. Click around and find out. The
Yep.
data's read-only. It's protected. There's a safe space to learn. And the old adage is true. If you don't know, ask. And this time we're asking Copilot.
There you go.
Yep.
What are some other resources you'd recommend for people who want to continue learning?
Well, one of the good friends of ours have a video podcast essentially on YouTube called Guy in a Cube. Adam Saxton, Patrick LeBlanc.
And Martha. Now Martha's on there too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, she's gal in a cube. Absolutely.
I gotta get tuned up on that.
Yeah.
And they offer little bite-sized chunks of capabilities across the stack, not just Power BI, but now it's Fabric. There's a lot of good inbuilt learning tools. Again, within in Power BI Desktop, there's a more information section you can go to, and there's a ton of resources. There are tutorials that walk through major workloads in Fabric on Microsoft Learning. There are podcasts like ours that what we aim at is not to bring you up to speed, but try to keep you at speed. We kind of cover the current events of what's going on. So that's a couple. I don't know if you.
What's the name of your podcast?
It's bifocal.show. So if you go out to www.bifocal.show, you'll find our podcast. And we actually are, publishing blog posts these days about what we talked about in there. So if you're more of a reader, you can find the information there as well, or you can listen to it. It tends to be about a half an hour. And we oftentimes do it weekly. Sometimes it's not as weekly.
Sometimes
just
it's
depends
more
upon.
monthly, but
Yeah.
you never know.
But we like to keep on top of the waves and make sure that it's a great way for us to keep up with what's going on in the world. So we just record that conversation and share it out with the world. So
Awesome. Well, thank you both for joining me today and sharing your knowledge with the community.
Thank you.
Absolutely a pleasure.